Have you been listening to us enough to know that there is a vibrational content that is the basis of your point of attraction? It's not subject, subject, subject. It's vibrational frequency, vibrational frequency, vibrational frequency. In other words, if you're on the Henri disc, we've been describing the emotion that you might be feeling in a moment as actually selecting a vibrational point of attraction. We're calling those your point of attraction, your grid, or your, called it so many different things, you don't know what we're calling it. But it's the place where you stand. It's spinning because it's attractive. It's calling to it other things like it. So let's say that, like on the emotional scale, you could be on the fear disc, or you could be on the Henri disc, or you could be on the happy disc, you could be on the joy disc, the loving disc, the anger disc, the resentful disc, the fear disc. In other words, you can choose your point of attraction, and in fact you do, all day, every day. So let's say that for whatever reason, you're on the Henri disc. Don't you notice when you're on the Henri disc, when Henri is the vibrational frequency that you've got going on, that the subject matter can skip all over the place? You're Henri about the way your children are behaving. You're Henri about the way your spouse is behaving. You're Henri about the way your government is behaving. You're Henri about the way traffic is behaving. You're Henri about the way the weather is behaving. You're Henri about the way the cat behaved. In other words, doesn't matter what the subject is, the subject is producing Henri-ness within you. And most humans do not understand that you can control the Henri factor. You can control how many Henri things you rendezvous with or how many happy things you rendezvous with. But you can't do it after you've rendezvoused, because after you've rendezvoused, there's so much momentum going. Well, you can, but you usually don't. After you've rendezvoused with something that makes you feel Henri, or makes you feel fearful, or makes you feel angry or defensive or guilty or blameful, there's enough momentum going that other thoughts like that are going to join them. Haven't you noticed that? Ever had a conversation around dinner and somebody gets started and you all sort of pile in? And before you know it, you're explaining things that happened 20 years ago that felt just like that. And one might say, well, what's that got to do with now? We say, everything is the same vibrational frequency. You just reactivate it again. So every thought that's ever been thought still exists. You have the potential of activating anything right here, right now. And it doesn't take very much focus upon it in order to activate it with enough momentum that it begins to be a point of attraction for you, where things like it are going to start showing up. And you know what the first thing that shows up once you find yourself spinning on one of these discs? The first thing that happens is more thoughts like it join it. Momentum. And the next thing that happens, and right on the heels of it, is you have an emotional, we're going to call it an emotional manifestation. Because emotion is a manifestation, isn't it? Don't you want to call it a manifestation? You can feel it all through you. So, we want to talk to you about anything that is important to you. We have a few things that we'll wedge in the crack around the subjects that are important to you. We want you to know, we want you to leave here knowing unequivocally that you are the creator of your own reality, which means you are the focuser of vibration, which equals your point of attraction, and all things follow that. We want you to know that you have the ability to have complete and utter control of your focus, but it takes a little while to focus upon it. We want you to know that we've written so many books, and there are more coming. And in all of the books, and there are more coming, are processes that help you in your focusing yourself into alignment with who you really are. We want you to know that you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and that larger part from which you came still exists as that larger non-physical part. And even though the personality that you know as you is here, offering thoughts and having experiences and offering vibration and having a point of attraction, there is another part of you, a non-physical part of you, that is pure positive energy that stands in a vibrational experience without any resistance, beaming a signal to you that you can't get away from. And that is the reason that you feel negative emotion or positive emotion. Your emotions are always your vibrational indicator of how wide the gap is between who you really are and all that you've become, and who you are allowing yourself to be right now, this red hot minute that you are focused upon whatever you are focused upon.